Somebody pointed out to me that this is the second time Japan is dealing with nuclear devastation. Hiroshima, and now this. And this is a good example of you turn into what you hate most. What was done to them, they obviously hated it so much that subconsciously they ended up turning into their own enemy and created this nuclear problem onto themselves, which is, my golden rule: be careful what you hate, because your hate creates so much focus that you recreate what you hate and repeat the patterns that you hate. And you won't even see it. It's really hard to reflect on yourself. And that's like these elites. If they're hating us little people, then what was done to them and what they hate is what they're going to turn into. So if we are all peaceful, then they will turn into peace. If we are all hateful, then they will turn into hate. So these leaders who seem to be quite insane right now, the more we, the people, hate them, the more they will turn into bigger hate. So we need to calm down and not hate, because we will turn into that hate. Love them, for they know not what they're doing, which some guy that believes in a Bible ended up commenting that I love like a whore. His concept of love is a little warped if he thinks that the way I love is whorish. No, this is called infinite love, unconditional love. You have to have unconditional love if you want to break these abusive cycles. You have to love your enemy, otherwise you will turn into your enemy and not even see that one coming. You just have to find a reason to love. And the best one that works for me is forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. A lot of these leaders, CEOs, they're all psychopathics. I mean, if you really want to watch something that's really, really offensive, watch any of these housewives reality show. That will really piss you off. But it's I watch them just to see the mindset of these people, that they're so focused on their stuff that they don't even see the economy collapsing around them. They don't want to participate in any solutions because they think it won't affect them. But yet it's going to affect them. They breathe the air. They swim in the oceans. They all live in areas that are not exactly the safest right now, but they ain't going to see that wave coming while they're so focused on their stuff, because they don't have inner love. They don't know how to love themselves enough. So they circle themselves around with as much stuff as possible. But more to my point of why I wanted to bring it up is one of these housewife reality shows. This girl is selling insurance, like that business is going to go out of business soon. I mean, insurance companies are going to lose everything they got now that we're going to have a whole pile of earthquakes and toxic waste and the devastation. There's no way these insurance companies are going to be able to insure everybody. So they're basically going to go bankrupt. So this girl's going to lose her shirt in time. But she was at this award show, and they actually described her as being psychopathic. She's psychotic at her job, so we will give her an award. When you want to look at what psychopathic behavior comes from, it comes from your education systems. To be that winner at all cost, to be the richest person at all cost, creates a psychopath. So to be the winner at any game, kind of look at even Charlie Sheen. He's still trying to sell tickets. I mean, and saying love Japan violently. Kind of looking like a psychopath right now. And a lot of people are going to hand over their money to the psychopath. And it's like, and then think you're a winner. So the golden rule is do not hate. If you are hating anything, be careful because you're putting out that karma. That karma's going to hit you in the face like you wouldn't believe. Find a reason to love. At the end of the day, if you cannot find a reason, at the end of the day, you can always say, love them for they know not what they're doing, because these people really, really do not know what they're doing. They're really stuck in their mental illness. They're really, if you want to look on the, homeless people that, I mean, there's one guy, you could tell he wasn't on any drugs. He wasn't addicted to anything. This guy was just homeless and talking to himself, really, really deep into his mental illness. And I was just driving by watching this guy, and it was like he's going to get himself run over just because of the way he was behaving. But thousands of people just drove by him, didn't even see the guy, didn't have any concern. I was one of them, but that flash of my own reflection watching somebody mentally ill there and me just driving by kind of showed me who I was, that I didn't even care. It was like this guy was non-existent to me. It really, really hit home when I seen this person, because I seen myself that I didn't care. And what do you do when you see somebody that is stuck in their mental illness? Do you criticize them? Do you put them down? Do you just walk by? Do you have some compassion? Do you offer any help? What is it you do when you see somebody that's sick? So that's how I look at these elites and wealthy people. They really, truly are lacking a lot of love. They really, truly don't know what they're doing. They think that all of their stuff will give them love. Their stuff is killing themselves. And if you kind of know as much as I know about illness and how to cure it, they always fund charities of diseases that they die from, that they're personally affected by some family member. They can't even see that their own behavior creates that disease, that they're trying to buy a cure through these nonprofits that they dress up for. And these nonprofits that are trying to get rid of the cure, they'll never find it, because first of all, they're making a living trying to find the cure. If they find the cure, then they're unemployed. So there's no motivation there for them to actually find the cure. Plus, if they did find the cure, then it's like, well, stop your behavior. Stop the way you earn your living. So it's like, are you going to tell a wealthy person that, hey, your own psychotic behavior is making you ill? You better stop your own psychotic behavior if you want to heal yourself from this disease. It's so ironic. I mean, when they judge me to be, mentally ill, I look back at them and think, is it me? Kind of look at your behavior. If you eat the poison apple and then die from apple poisoning, and while you're dying, you're going to fund somebody to find the cure, and they're going to tell you don't eat the apple, but you still want to eat the apple, I would say you're pretty insane. But you really have to kind of understand illness, and you have to understand the causes of all illness. You have to sort of see that domino effect. But when you see it clear as day as I see it, it's like watching insanity. And I think that's where we're all waking up to, is I think at the end of the day, you're going to start to see that anything that's injuring you, it's because of your habits. It's because of what it is you do. How many people support a justice system? How many people believe that we need a justice system, we need to discipline people? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it is our justice system that's causing everything, and every single one of us feel that we need a justice system, we need to discipline people, we need to incarcerate people. Like, that's the way you're going to teach people how to do things right. Yet if you go to jail, that's where you learn how to do everything wrong. Plus, justice can't tell the difference between right and wrong. Usually the innocent guy is in jail. And you don't know it because we all believe judges are, saying the right thing. But from my personal experience, I mean, at the end of the day, our laws say that as the parent with the child living in my house, I should be the one collecting child support. But a judge ruled for like 9 years that I have to pay child support for the kids that live in my house. They couldn't tell the difference between right or wrong, even if evidence was presented to them. They only look at the evidence they think is relevant. So, in order to find justice, you have to look at all information. But if you're going to eliminate the information that really sort of shows you the evidence of what's really going on, then you're never ever going to find out what the truth is. And if you're never going to find out what the truth is, how the hell are you going to make a just decision? So, but every single one of us believes there should be a justice system. So if you believe there should be a justice system, then look at the hell. Because it's creating everything. It's creating laws that we don't follow. The bad guys are the ones that are writing the laws. Look at Julian Assange. They want to kill him, but they can't because he hasn't broken any laws. So what are they going to do? Make a law so that they can kill him, to make it legal, to say, now it's legal. We're acting properly. They something like torture. They justified that torture. We didn't torture anybody because it wasn't against the law. As long as it wasn't against the law, it's not considered torture. Although it's torturing people. I mean, you can see it. It's torturing people. Have we lost our minds? But no, as long as it's legally not tortured, then there's nothing wrong. And they can't see that. They just want to get away with it, so they make a law. And it's how many people on this planet think we need a justice system, that judges are what we need on this planet. So as long as you've got this insane game going on, you're going to create your own freaking hell. At the end of the day, moral of the story is none of us know what the hell we're doing yet. Forgive ourselves for none of us know what we're doing yet. We're all fucking insane. And I ain't saying I'm sane. I'm just saying I'm noticing it, which I think is bringing me closer to sanity. Just reflecting on it, but you need self-reflection, because I can't point out your own insanity. You got to see yourself being insane, because it's just insulting if somebody points it out to you. That's the battle. As soon as somebody says, hey, you're a little insane, your walls go up, the war goes on, and you start defending yourself. So the conversation's pointless. It's not... I mean, if I call you all insane, doesn't it sort of offend you? And then, the negative comments will get started, and it's like, well, was I really wrong? Or can you see yourself? It's just something you got to do for yourself. You got to look in your own mirror and see if you contradict yourself. One good way of checking yourself is give as much advice as possible to another person, and then see if you can actually follow your own advice. If you can't follow your own advice and expect other people to, you're kind of insane. So heal yourself. Healing means, oh, I see my own reflection. I was kind of contradicting myself. I won't do that one again. Because you won't do what you think. You won't hurt yourself once you see you're hurting yourself. And globally, if we just all sort of did that, right now we're creating hell. This is hell on earth, and we need to be creating heaven on earth. Not die. Like, that's what Bibles are brainwashing you to believe in, is that you need to die to get to heaven. And it's like, you die, you ain't going to no heaven. I mean, nobody's telling you you're going to get to heaven. Nobody's died and come back and said, oh, there was heaven. It was really great. This is what it looked like. Nobody did that. It's just a story that we all believe so that we will accept death a little better. That we think we're going to be saved after we're dead. And it's like, no, that was the first lie. Wild as this is, if you understand diseases and everything that kills us, it is our sinning. It is our mental illness. The body is actually designed to live forever. It's sort of our evolution of this human experience. We are just like immature right now. Once we mature and we know how to create heaven, just see how many people will be dying in heaven. It can't happen because it's heaven. If we do the right thing, nobody dies. That's a wild one. But I'd love anybody to debate that one with me. Nobody can even handle that conversation yet. Peace out.